What's up everybody, Griffey here. Deadpool and Wolverine is killing the box office. And if you couldn't tell from every other single video on this channel, we're trying to capitalize. I really like Deadpool and Wolverine, and while it's not perfect like Highlander, I do fear that it could create some problems for the characters moving forward.
It's a big house. It's funny that I only ever see two of you. It's almost like the studio couldn't afford another X-Man.
I'll keep this short and sweet. I am a little worried about Deadpool as he begins to make his way into the broader Marvel universe, especially the Russo-verse. So now that Deadpool has absolutely staked his claim as possibly the most popular and money-making of the new Marvel MCU characters, right? And in the opening scenes of his newest movie, tells us of his absolute desire to join the Avengers, you have to start imagining if a character like Deadpool can play in this larger team. In a Deadpool film, it makes sense and is fun for him to make fun of the MCU, superhero stories writ large, the corporation Disney that pays him his paychecks, all that good stuff. When you put him in the Avengers, right? When the threats have to matter and the stakes have to be high, and that soaring Avengers score starts that's supposed to inspire us to take on these heroic journeys, right? If Deadpool's there to comment on Captain America picking up Thor's hammer and he punctuates that with a joke, I don't know that that works.
With this collar on, my superpower is just
unbridled cancer. Give me a bow and arrow, I'm basically Hawkeye.
I worry if Ryan Reynolds and Deadpool the character can survive getting lost in the mix. God forbid we ever have a universe where Deadpool gets the Hulk treatment that we saw in the last couple Avengers, where we start changing things and he can't find his voice in the team. As we saw in Deadpool and Wolverine, when Deadpool is on the film with another mega popular character, Wolverine starts acting and talking and being violent like Deadpool. I don't know that that dynamic can work in a full-on Avengers movie.
Okay, now what?
Open the door! In Guardians of the Galaxy, the Marvel Cinematic Universe truly found its voice. And so I can hear and imagine a lot of you saying, the Guardians were funny throughout the Avenger movies, and they made it. Deadpool himself does not work in the MCU the same way the Guardians of the Galaxy do. Because they, as silly as they are, believe in the shared reality that the Avengers are playing in. Deadpool never is going to accept and believe the reality that he's in. And if he does, do we like that version of Deadpool that is boxed and constrained to kind of a Russo brothers story? We even see in one of the Marvel TV shows, right, in She-Hulk. She-Hulk is a character that's trying to change her dynamic and how she interacts with us, the audience, right? With very similar kind of techniques as Deadpool, right? With fourth wall breaks, acknowledging the absurdities, all of that.
It's true. I am a Hulk. And I'm guessing you're not going to be able to focus on this fun lawyer show until you know all about that, so let me get you up to speed.
Right or wrong, whether you like She-Hulk or not, I don't think it's unfair to say that She-Hulk was met with mixed reviews. I do think that Deadpool might be one of those entities that is best left as an outside observer and commentator, and that's where we have the most fun with him.
cocaine is the one thing that Feige said is off limits.
So the other most obvious question we would have to ask ourselves when imagining Deadpool in a Marvel Avengers type movie, the R rating, right? Because of the massive success of Deadpool and Wolverine, Disney is showing some signs that they're more open to an R rating. You know where that's not going to be the case? The Avengers. Deadpool exists in a world of absolute filth and foul language and sex jokes and drug jokes and all of the things that we've come to love about that character as adults. Does that sound like anything we've seen in Avengers? Another thing that we love about these Deadpool movies is the massive mountain of dead bodies that Deadpool leaves behind, right? I know for one scene that Hawkeye dressed up like Garth Brooks' alter ego Chris Gaines and maybe killed a couple people, kind of. And that's the closest we've really seen to very much of that. What happens to Deadpool in a movie where all of his jokes have to be middle school appropriate? Do we just live in a world where, Dr. Von Downey Jr. gets all of the great jokes right through his 10 mask and Deadpool sits there going, oh gee Willie? Do we want a movie where Deadpool has the same sword rules as the Ninja Turtles from our childhood? No, we want to see brutal maiming. That doesn't sound like an Avengers character to me. I'm interested how they bridge those gaps. So to wrap this up, it is not confirmed in any way, shape, or form that Deadpool is going to be an Avenger. But with his on-screen wish to become one and his continued domination at the box office, it makes all the sense in the world that Disney will try to make this happen. I think it's equally as logical for us to start wondering, how is that going to be possible when these two franchises find themselves on the far extreme opposite ends of storytelling?